It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Ever feel like you're spinning your wheels in the world of sales, trying every new strategy and methodology, and still you're not hitting your sales mark? You're not alone. Many CEOs and businesses struggle to find their footing in very competitive markets, and sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming. Now, I want you to imagine this. Google, the tech giant we all know and hopefully love, didn't start off as the internet genius that it is today. In fact, it began as a very humble research project by two PhD students, Larry Page and Sergey Brin. The original brainchild, Backrub. That's a far cry from the sleek search engine that we know it is today. Here's an interesting fact. Even with their groundbreaking idea, Page and Brin, they faced rejection after rejection after rejection trying to get funding. They even offered PageRank system over to Yahoo for a mere $1 million, only to be turned away and said, no, we don't need that. So how did Google transform from a quirky project in a garage to the global powerhouse that we know today? The answer lies in obviously their resilience and their strategic thinking. Just like in sales, you have to make adjustments. You've got to pivot from setbacks. You got to look at what the customer needs, what the customer wants are, and what the customer desires are. So one move they made, they said, well, let's come up with something called AdWords. And maybe folks will be looking for certain products. Now, here's the deal. Google found this revenue stream that would fuel their growth for years and years and years. This shift their strategy allowed them to expand their reach and solidify their position in the marketplace. So what's my big takeaway to you? Well, the story of Google is a testament to the power of doing three things. Number one, having a solid sales system in place. See, Larry Page and Sergey Brin, they had a vision, but they had to expand that vision. Without sales, there would be no revenue to purchase the resources they needed. So they needed a clear roadmap. So here are the two takeaways. Number one, have a clear sales roadmap that goes back to your sales strategy, back to your sales system, and back to your sales infrastructure. When you do that, and then you start focusing on the client's wants, needs, and desires, then, well, you'll see your revenue go up, 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 and away. And as a result, you'll go to a whole nother level. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the host of the CEO Sales Huddle. Welcome. I'm excited to be here with you. Every morning, we like to start off with our mantra. And our mantra, well, it hasn't changed. Our mantra is, and you might have a mantra. You may have something that you do every single day. Maybe it's a prayer that you do in the morning. Maybe it's, let me go here. Maybe it's your affirmations. Ours is, if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. I want you to tune in as a CEO right now. Hear those words for your sales organization, for your sales department, for your sales leaders. And I want to remind you that if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Why? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. And without sales, well, there's always more money going out than there is going in. So I want to remind you that sales is serious business. So repeat after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And then we turn around and we love to do our pledge. Now, our pledge is something that we do every morning because I believe that CEOs every day should tell themselves, I got to learn something new. I got to earn and I got to return. It's what we do. So repeat after me, our pledge. I have to learn something new. We're always learning, never stop learning. In order to earn new revenue from new customers, we're always bringing in new customers. In order to get old and new customers to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must what? Return. Now, there are three objectives we have every single morning. Our number one objective is sales progress. Our number two objective are roadblocks. So yeah, we're going to take a look at every single morning. We're going to look at, how are we progressing over in the one area that gets measured, and that is sales. And then we understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to grow. 5 sales pillars. Sales pillar number 1, see CEO sales plan. Now, you can have a one-page CEO sales plan. We recommend you get ours. It's the only one that exists. You can go to www.ceosalesplan.com. This plan is your sales strategy. It's your sales systems. It's your sales structure. It's your sales funnels, everything you need to do to get to that number. Number 2 sales pillar is your sales cycle. Understand the cycle that the customer goes to from the time you connect with them in the beginning all the way to the time they're ready to convert. Sales pillar number 3 is sales messaging. We've subscribed to the philosophy that our words will make us rich. Sales pillar number 4 is your sales indicators. We go over that with the CEO dashboard, which is what are the indicators and the metrics that drive the business. Sales pillar number 5 is a sales team. You got to have a super sexy sales team to get the rocking and rolling and doing all the things that you want to do. That right there is why we get together. Those are objectives. For those folks that tune in every morning for the CEO Sales Huddle, I'm glad that you're here at 8 a.m. Do me a favor. This is the time that we check in. We slow down. You look below the video, go to your phone and type in hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. That's the bat signal. You're checking in. You're letting us know you're in the building as a CEO. Now, it's not something that's goofy. No. It's just a way to say hello to me, because you can see me, but I can't see you. So I love to connect with you, by the way. If you're watching the replay, thanks so much for tuning in to replay. Maybe 8 a.m. doesn't work for you, so you're watching the replay. So go ahead and put hashtag replay, hashtag replay. If you're on one of our syndicated platforms, man, we really appreciate you. Without you, there is no show, by the way. So go over and go to @IamCheBrown. So any of you can go over and send me a DM on social media @IamCheBrown. Let me know how we can add more value to what you're doing, but let me know you're in the conversation. Isn't that kind of cool? This is a place the CEOs gather to focus on their sales organization. Now, why do we get together? CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. And we have 3 big whys. Our number 1 big why is sales growth. So we know the only way to grow the business is to bring in new clients. You can grow revenue other ways. Number 2 is about, accountability. The fact that you show up, the fact that I'm here is top of mind to you. When it's top of mind to you, you're more likely to take action. And number 3 is sales consistency. You're going to be consistent in your efforts, consistent in your systems, consistent at what you're doing. And when you do that for the sales organization, you give the sales organization the people, the processes, and the tools that it needs on a consistent basis, the sales organization will perform. And it's the only area in the business you can generate revenue. So on this segment, we only ask for 15 minutes a day. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. We ask for 15 minutes a day. That's 1% of your day to show up. Tune into your sales organization, which is the only organization that generates revenue. So it's kind of cool to have you here, by the way, so you can reinvest that time in the organization. And as a result, we see our sales go up. What's our number 1 outcome? $100,000 plus a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue over and beyond whatever you're earning today. Isn't that kind of cool? That's why we come together. It's not about the money. It's what the money's going to do for the sales department. It's what it allows us to do. Now we're going to get into the CEO Sales Dashboard. And I want to share that the CEO Sales Dashboard was created because CEOs had a huge challenge. Where do they go? What metrics do they look at for their sales organization so they can allocate the people, processes, and tools? Those are the resources that the sales organization needs to do in order for it to be successful. And there's only 5. And we broke it down in a way that you don't need any fancy software. We broke it down in a way that you're able to go immediately and get what you need. So you can go over to www.CEO Sales Dashboard and you can go, CEO Sales Huddle, and you can go ahead and download the CEO Dashboard now. So let's go over to www.CEO Sales Huddle. Do it now, and download the CEO Dashboard. It's the only one that exists. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you in a moment. In our premise, it's our philosophy, and I think all businesses have philosophy. All people in life should have a philosophy. Our philosophy is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So we're going to go over there now, and we're going to measure. We're going to manage. We're going to look at the 5 indicators. Today, I just want to go to one indicator. There's leads. We need that. You go all the way across the top right now. How many new leads came into your database yesterday? How many leads were qualified? Your team qualified yesterday. You go all the way to the last 30 days and look at the last 30 days. Now you got a trend. Look at the last 60 days, the last 90 days. What gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. I like to pick up one category and spend a few minutes on it. Today, I'm going to take a look at repeat customers because we know that repeat customers are good. Okay, they reduce our cost by 80%. Most folks, you got to spend 80 cents of every dollar trying to get new customers. And so we know that's where the money's spent. So we have existing clients that can help build revenue and keep revenue steady. Doesn't grow the business, but it allows the revenue to be there. So let's take a look at that. So you go in there now. Let me see if I can give you something a little simpler to take a look at here. And we're going to go look at repeat business. And we have a couple categories. Now, you can go to any of these and you can change the categories around if you want. Today, we're looking at repeat business. And let's look at 3 different categories. Now, you can add to this, okay? First, did an existing client purchase a new product? So maybe right now, if you're listening and I'm an Apple person, I believe God is a woman and she has an iPhone, okay? So maybe you have an iPhone, you decide you want to go buy a MacBook Pro. And that's a new product. Cool. So now they bought a new product. Revenue comes in, not a new customer, but it is revenue, and it is a new product. So you get credit for that. Or maybe they're buying an existing product. So if I have the iPhone and I decide to go out and get a case for the iPhone, and maybe I decide to get a cover so that it doesn't crack the glass on there, now I have purchased an existing client, or maybe I upgraded and got a VIP package. That revenue is counted. Those are efforts. Those are things you went through every single day. And we're not going to ignore that. We're not going to act like that doesn't exist. That's very important. And then others, you have what's called monthly recurring revenue. Like you really look over on the other side and you look at the revenue that's coming in on a monthly basis. You have a membership program. Now, I want you to go back and look at how many sales were done yesterday. The deals were closed. What bucket did they go in? Now, this is something that your assistant can do. This is something that you can do as a CEO. Probably the best use of your time. Every morning, take 15 minutes. You open up your Excel sheet. You go plug in the numbers. You take a look at it and say, where do I need to allocate those resources? Where? Powerful people ask powerful questions. We're going to get into that in a moment because questions still focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. And isn't that so true? So we're going to now go look at over here. And we're going to take a look and say, okay, well, let's look at celebrating some wins. What are some questions that we can ask ourselves? Shay, powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So we're going to ask ourselves 3 questions. We're going to celebrate some successes that we had. Number 1, what are you most proud of in the sales organization yesterday? Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales organization? And number 3, what's the one thing you want to brag about? You can't just wait to brag about it. Yes. And we don't stop there. We go look and say, no, we know there's some hurdles out there. We know there's some challenges out there. We know life is not all rainbow cupcakes and unicorns, right? We understand that. So we're going to take a look at a couple areas. Number 1, what was your biggest roadblock yesterday in the sales department? In the sales organization, what's the one thing that's preventing it from moving forward? And the last one, what's the one thing you can do that only you can do, that if you did it, it would move the business forward? My message of the day is take action. My message of the day is take action. My message of the day is, well, take action because the universe rewards people who take action differently than those don't. But don't take careless action. Take actions in the sales organization that move the needle. See, sometimes you do something that's no big deal. And other times you do something that just moves the complete needle for the company. That's what I want you to focus on today. You do that and you will be successful. I never get tired of reminding that you're an amazing CEO. You're an awesome CEO. You're a CEO who cares. You're a CEO who's out there making a difference in the world. You're a CEO who's impacting lives. And because of that, amazing things will happen. And today is your January 1st. And I believe for you, the CEO, your best is still yet to come. They ain't seen your best. You got so much more to give. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is still Che Brown. It hasn't changed. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless. I'll see you at the next CEO Sales Huddle. I'm out of here. Peace, everybody.